We never thought we'd have a FIFA where Haaland, Lewandowski, Kane and co are viable, right? Well, on FIFA 23, that is the case right now. With this method, you can gain over half a second advantage on your opponent, which is absolutely crazy. EA introduced the new accelerRATE system in FIFA 23, giving players different run types. These run types are explosive, controlled, and lengthy. Players that are explosive are Salah and Diaz, for example, while as players being in the controlled category are like Marcus Rashford and Rafael Leao. And then your players in the lengthy are players like Haaland and Virgil van Dijk. What this did is give players their uniqueness to their own run type, similar to body type. So someone like Haaland, who is lengthy, covers that ground quicker over a longer distance. Josh, Spreadsheet FIFA, decided to head into a game and test the 3 different run types. Analysing the data, what you can see is that lengthy is king, while as controlled comes in second and explosive comes in third. Which this explains why players like Son and Diaz do not burst away from their defenders in that long distance as much as we would like them to. Combine that obviously with the dribbling system that we have on FIFA 23 that just isn't that great, you really struggle to burst away and get past those defenders. Now, in all honesty, when EA introduced this, I don't think many people in the community thought that chemistry styles would change the way of run types. Well, how wrong were we? NoFil and Foot.gg realized that you can change chemistry styles to change their run type. For example, if you put a finisher on Haaland, you take him from that lengthy run type as default to controlled, which just genuinely isn't as good. So NoFil analyzed the data and he realized that if you put an architect on a lot of players, you will take them into that lengthy run type. Benzema, for example. So this makes them quicker over that longer distance. However, the biggest issue with all of this, most attackers that can be changed to lengthy run type aren't insanely quick off the default. So not giving them that pace boost on the chemistry style like you would get with a hunter, for example, versus a defender who already has the lengthy run type like Virgil van Dijk and Kyle Walker, they just simply don't win in that matchup. Virgil van Dijk and Kyle Walker can still have a shadow chemistry style applied, and keeping them in that lengthy run type just makes them insanely broken. So what this means is, yes, some players may benefit from a change to make them more viable, but in turn, the meta defenders are even now more overpowered on FIFA 23. For example, if you put an architect on Cristiano Ronaldo, you get him into that lengthy run type, but only with 81 pace. If he faces Koulibaly or Virgil van Dijk, who have a shadow on them, they have the lengthy run type plus the massive pace boost, meaning that they are just naturally quicker than Cristiano Ronaldo. I know it is confusing listening to all this, but the key takeaway is lengthy run type is king, then you want to go for controlled, and explosive is just so weak and so poor. Marquinhos, for example, with a shadow on him, keeps him as a controlled run type, but with an anchor, he gets lengthy, which as we know, is better. So if you are confused, I'd recommend going over to Footbin, putting in your team and having a look yourself to see what chemistry styles will get those specific run types, trying to avoid explosive as and where you can. Now, you've learned all of this and you're happy with it. You've got your team set up. What you need to do is make sure you have the right custom tactics. Click this video here to do exactly that.